Hello ACL friends, Neil here. I want to talk to you specifically about the ACL recovery timeline, i.e. how long is it going to take you to recover from ACL surgery, and really want to use the MOON guidelines to illustrate this. And all of the times here are post-surgery. MOON is not the thing that orbits the Earth, but the Multi-Center Orthopedic Outcomes Network. And these are their guidelines for where you should be post-surgery. Again, this is going to vary a little bit depending on the type of graft that you had. I was certainly in line with these guidelines having had a cadaver graft, and from friends I know who've also had ACL injuries and had an auto graft rather than an allograft, they were somewhat behind these, but you can certainly use these as guidelines. For specific information on the detail of the exercises that can be done at each stage, I would go look up MOON guidelines for ACL recovery on the web, on the internet, and go from there. But just real high level, here we go. So 0 to 2 weeks post surgery, you should be focusing on getting full range of motion back. So do those kind of exercises that I've shown in a separate video for range of motion, heel slides, that kind of thing. Focus on getting the swelling out of the knee and the calf. And again, ankle pumps are great for that. Get your quad firing and start to work on your gait. So how you walk. Start thinking about, am I walking with a limp? Certainly within 2 weeks you should be able to walk without a significant limp. So start thinking about that too. Then from 2 to 6 weeks, start working on quad strength. So not just getting that quad to fire, but actual quad strengthening exercises, non-weight bearing cardio exercises, so not running, not anything weight bearing, but on some of those whizzy machines in the gym that you can get on that are non-weight bearing, or on a stationary bike, that kind of thing. That's good cardio exercise to do. And you can also start neuromuscular work, which is the kind of stuff you can get from standing on a wobble board, just so that your knee is starting to get exposed to a little more than straight up and down type exercises. Here's something that's really interesting. I would say after 6 weeks, you're kind of feeling mentally as if you're recovered. You're not back in sports, you're not running properly, but you're moving about. I mean, after 6 weeks after surgery, and maybe 10 to 12 weeks after you did the injury, suddenly you're kind of up and about again. Your crutches are long forgotten. But the really interesting thing is, just as you're getting that confidence, weeks 6 to 10 post-surgery are when the ACL is at its weakest, which is an amazing stat. It's actually at its strongest immediately after surgery, and then it goes through this lull. I don't know why, but this is what the guys in PT told me. This is the range where most people re-tear their ACL, 6 to 10 weeks afterwards. And it's because they get kind of confident, they're walking, they fall off a curb or something like that, and it's too weak to really survive that kind of impact, and it tears again. So be very careful at that time period. Week 7 to 12 are all about straight line running. Note straight line running, not kind of pivoting to one side yet. Outdoor cycling, so get off the stationary bike. I remember how excited I was when I got on my bike outside again for the first time after surgery. That was amazing. Just be a little careful. If you've done your right ACL and you're out on your bike, try and get into the habit of putting your left leg down when you stop rather than your right. And even things like hopping. So within those 3 months after surgery, you should be at a point where you can actually hop. Then 13 to 16 weeks, running patterns, maybe not quite flat out speed, but some kind of figure of 8, a little bit of pivoting going on, and start jumping. So there's 4 months out from surgery. And then months 4 to 5, a return to sport with aggressive leg strengthening and regular testing of the ACL, just to make sure everything's in good shape. Once again, if you want further details on this, you can go to my website, aclrecoverysecrets.com. Also, go check out the MOON guidelines online. If you have any specific questions, then add a comment below the video, and also look out for the video on the reality. This is kind of theoretical to a degree, this kind of thing, and also only goes out 5 months. What happens between months 5 and 12? I have a separate video on the reality of ACL rehab, so look out for that as well, and I will talk to you all again soon. Take care.